Have you heard of the rabbit driver? If not, then you are lucky. When the rideshare car with windows painted black stopped in front of me, I did not feel anything unusual. But when I actually opened the door and got in, I was shocked to find that the driver was a rabbit. This is my true experience. Please believe everything I say. It was about a month ago, around 11 at night. I had just finished a party. As usual, I opened an app to call a car. A driver accepted the ride quickly. Usually on this app, you can see the driver's basic information. But that night was strange. The driver's profile showed no photo. There was no description either. I did not think much of it then. About 10 minutes later, the car with the last digits 164 stopped in front of me. It was a red car, but its windows were painted completely black. If I could go back in time, I really wish I never got into that car. Because I found out the driver was actually a rabbit. Or maybe at the time I just thought it was a strange guy wearing a rabbit mask. The whole cabin was filled with a nasty smell of animal fur. I noticed a young girl lying on the passenger seat. "Hello, my name is..." I asked simply, "Is this girl your wife?" But he did not pay attention to my question. The car started moving quickly. That was when I noticed the screen inside the car was playing something very strange. The city's biggest slaughterhouse officially opened today. We will offer the widest variety and the most delicious meat products in the world. Since we have launched on the market, the slaughterhouse's products have been loved by many customers. So all the goods are currently sold out. We sincerely apologize to the customers who have not been able to buy anything yet. The slaughterhouse's staff are now contacting many collaborators, speeding up the purchasing process. We believe the stock will be replenished soon. The slaughterhouse is also recruiting suppliers from all parts of society. We offer the highest wages in the world. We hope you will come for an interview at our slaughterhouse. The content on the screen made me feel both familiar and uneasy. I was about to turn off the driver's radio, but unexpectedly, he suddenly turned his head and stared at me with dark, deep, and empty eyes. My eyes couldn't help but meet his gaze. I felt the air freeze in that moment. A moment later, he pointed down under the seat. I saw several bottles of mineral water filled with a red liquid. Clearly, he was indicating that I could drink some to counteract the alcohol in my stomach. Although they looked a bit off, I still politely took a sip. The program on the screen continued. The good news was that just now the slaughterhouse received a notice from a familiar collaborator. Some fresh goods were on their way to the slaughterhouse. They said the slaughterhouse would arrive within 10 minutes. Order now and the slaughterhouse will give you a special delicious drink. Buy and get a gift. When I heard that broadcast, I slowly realized a truth that sent chills down my spine. I looked at the driver's back, trying to find where his mask connected to his body, but I could not find any seams or stitches. Maybe the driver was not wearing a mask at all, but as soon as I realized that the car turned onto a small road that I did not recognize at all, I tried to call for help, but my phone had no signal. My mind started to spin and cloud over. When I opened my eyes again, I found myself lying in my bed at home. At that time, I thought everything that happened was just a nightmare from being drunk. But just yesterday, my medical report came back. The report showed that some tissues in my body had mysteriously disappeared. I know what happened, but no doctor believes what I say. There are no surgical scars on my body. Just recently, a group of people in mysterious uniforms came to find me. I do not know what they will do to me next. While I still can, I am telling you everything I know. I just hope you believe me. If one day you meet a driver like that, please do not get in the car. It was about a month ago. Around 11 at night, I had just finished a party. As usual, I opened an app to call a car. A driver accepted the ride quickly. Usually, on this app, you can see the driver's basic information. But that night was strange. The driver's profile showed no photo. There was no description either. I did not think much of it then. About 10 minutes later, the car with the last digits 164 stopped in front of me. It was a red car, but its windows were painted completely black. If I could go back in time, I really wish I never got into that car. Because I found out the driver was actually a rabbit. Or maybe at the time, I just thought it was a strange guy wearing a rabbit mask. The whole cabin was filled with a nasty smell of animal fur. I noticed a young girl lying on the passenger seat. "Hello, my name is..." I asked simply, "Is this girl your wife?" But he did not pay attention to my question. The car started moving quickly. That was when I noticed the screen inside the car was playing something very strange. The city's biggest slaughterhouse officially open today, we will offer the widest variety and the most delicious meat products in the world since we have launched on the market. The slaughterhouse's products have been loved by many customers, so all the goods are currently sold out. We sincerely apologize to the customers who have not been able to buy anything yet. The slaughterhouse's staff are now contacting many collaborators, speeding up the purchasing process. We believe the stock will be replenished soon. The slaughterhouse is also recruiting suppliers from all parts of society. We offer the highest wages in the world. We hope you will come for an interview at our slaughterhouse. The content on the screen made me feel both familiar and uneasy. I was about to turn off the driver's radio, but unexpectedly he suddenly turned his head and stared at me. With dark, deep and empty eyes. My eyes couldn't help but meet his gaze. I felt the air freeze in that moment. A moment later, he pointed down under the seat. I saw several bottles of mineral water filled with a red liquid. Clearly, he was indicating that I could drink some to counteract the alcohol in my stomach. Although they looked a bit off, I still politely took a sip. The program on the screen continued. The good news was that just now, the slaughterhouse received a notice from a familiar collaborator. Some fresh goods were on their way to the slaughterhouse. They said the slaughterhouse would arrive within 10 minutes. Order now, and the slaughterhouse will give you a special, delicious drink. Buy and get a gift. When I heard that broadcast, I slowly realized a truth that sent chills down my spine. I looked at the driver's back, trying to find where his mask connected to his body, but I could not find any seams or stitches. Maybe the driver was not wearing a mask at all. But as soon as I realized that, the car turned onto a small road that I did not recognize at all. I tried to call for help, but my phone had no signal. My mind started to spin and cloud over. When I opened my eyes again, I found myself lying in my bed at home. At that time, I thought everything that happened was just a nightmare from being drunk. But just yesterday, my medical report came back. The report showed that some tissues in my body had mysteriously disappeared. I know what happened. But no doctor believes what I say. There are no surgical scars on my body. Just recently, a group of people in mysterious uniforms came to find me. I do not know what they will do to me next. While I still can, I am telling you everything I know. I just hope you believe me. If one day you meet a driver like that, please do not get in the car. There were monsters hiding on the train. I have killed this attendant 3 times. But soon, an identical person will appear in car number 7. This strange train never stops at stations, unless an attendant dies. When I woke up, I found myself on a train. I rubbed my eyes. Then the train's announcement began to play. Dear Mr. Cheng An, congratulations on becoming the attendant of car 13 on train K304. The previous attendant of car 13 was erased due to rule violations. You were selected from the train as an attendant. Before you begin your duties, please remember the following rules. The train will never stop at stations unless an attendant dies. Stopping is the best time for patrols. Please use this time wisely. 2. Passengers on the train must be protected. You need to judge passenger requests yourself and decide whether to help. 3. There are monsters on the train. You must exterminate them all before the train reaches the final station. If not, the mission fails. All people on the train will be erased. Instructions have been issued. Completing the task will earn you clues. Attendant Chen An of car 13. Please proceed immediately to patrol car 13. I sat confused in the seat, not knowing what was happening outside the window. The dark platform looked desolate, without a single person. The LED sign on the platform showed, due to the death of the attendant of car 13, the stop time this time is 25 minutes. I looked down at my uniform, and I could not remember anything. I noticed a notebook open on the table before me. It recorded a string of messages, but the notebooks were different. Friend Surinuan, Tonenuan. I am Chen Kang, attendant of car 13. Please be careful of the attendant in car 1. I died in car 1. Friend? I am Li Hua, attendant of car 13. I was erased less than a stop after starting duty. Please save the passengers in your car, or you will die. Friend, I am Xu Shunping, the 3rd attendant of car 13. According to my scans, There are at least 5 monsters in the car. Hurry and exterminate them all. Then use the attendance key to seal the car. Then you can move to other cars. As I read this, the announcement played again. Attendant Shen Kong. Please leave the attendant lounge within 30 seconds. And patrol car 13. My mind was in chaos. From the information I had, I guessed I was the 4th attendant of car 13. What kind of monsters were in the car that killed 3 attendants in such a short time? I did not dare think more. I just followed the announcement and went to patrol car 13. But when I opened the door of car 13, a warm splash of blood suddenly sprayed onto my face. I stood frozen in place, motionless. Before me stood a person wearing an attendant uniform. He was smoking low, grabbing a dagger, furiously stabbing an older attendant who lay on the ground. He stabbed him 25 times. The man quickly lost his life. Then he turned to me and smiled. He stretched out his blood-stained hands and said, "Hello, I am Shogun, attendant of car 1. At that moment, my brain was struck by lightning. Be careful of the attendant in car 1. I died in car 1. I suddenly remembered the notebook. What it said before. Helma Studioim. My name is Chenan. I trembled as I reached out my hand. Cheng-an, are you sure your name is Chenan? My eyelids twitched several times. Suddenly, I realized I remembered nothing about my past. It was the announcement. The announcement said my name was Chenan. But was I really Chenan? Xiaogang smiled and continued. You are scared because of that notebook. Right. Masurasum. That's understandable. After all, I am the last person alive on this train. Xiaogang suddenly pointed to the dead older attendant on the ground. Look at this man. I killed him 3 times. But look, it will not be long before an identical person appears in car 7. The first 3 times I asked his name, it was different, but only the attendants of car 13 like you have different appearances every time they show up. At that moment, I was even more confused. Why are there identical attendants on the train? And why am I different? Could it be that there are monsters among the attendants? I could not understand what was really going on. Then I noticed, besides me and Xiaogang, all the passengers around us were frozen in various poses. Sunflower seed shells tossed into a bag were suspended in midair. Nearby passengers ate instant noodles, but I could not smell any aroma. You have 8 minutes and 49 seconds left. Hurry up and complete your patrol. Then tell me what clues you find. I suddenly remembered my patrol duty. So I started from seat Aero 1A and began to patrol. For some reason, when I looked at them, their names naturally came to mind. As if I had known them before, I reached out to touch a sunflower seed shell hanging in midair. When I touched it, it fell with a soft snap. Then I watched the little boy move. His head slowly turned, staring at me intently. At that moment, Xiaogang suddenly rushed forward. He grabbed his dagger and faced the boy like facing an enemy. Then he glared at me with bloodshot eyes and growled, "Do you want to die? Is there a rule in the reincarnation system that forbids touching passengers' belongings when the train stops?" I was very confused. I clearly did not receive such a rule. Hearing this, Xiaogang quickly handed me a note. The title read, Attendant Code of Conduct, ATUM. Check passengers twice, before and after. You must remember all passengers' actions. Ensure their actions are the same until the train restarts. Check that all passengers are in their correct seats. Passengers with problems must be marked with an X on their faces. 3. Check all luggage. Make sure there are no living things inside. Problematic luggage must be removed and thrown into the restroom. After reading this, my mind started racing. Based on what I knew, I analyzed that passengers will not move before the train starts. 2. Passengers who move have problems. 3. Attendants must mark passengers with problems with an X on their faces. 4. Attendants can only mark up to 5 people per stop. While I was analyzing all this, the train suddenly started moving. But strangely, none of the passengers moved as I expected. Then the train announcement played. Car 13 is experiencing a serious incident. All monsters cannot be found before the next stop. Car 13 will be eradicated. There is a knife under the sink. There are 6 monsters in the car. The next stop will be a forced 49-minute halt. All lights in car 13 will be turned off. Among the 3 notes in the notebook, 2 of them could kill you. Chengya nanwan. You now have instruction 2. Exterminate all monsters before the next stop. When the lights went out, my vision was plunged into darkness. I could only hear the clattering of the tracks beside my ears. There were 6 monsters on the tracks. There were already 5 in the train. At that moment, I looked at Xiaogang in front of me. I saw him grin, a creepy smile on his face. Do you know why you should not open the curtains when riding a train at night? It is because heavy snow has sealed off the mountain. I saw a tall figure in the mountain, with long limbs, waving at me through the thick fog. My dad's face turned pale. He slammed the window shut, trembling as he told my mom, "It's here. What exactly is it? Why are my parents so terrified?" The clearly dead neighbor, Hort Sabines in it. Tommy, how could he appear on the same train as us? Everything became stranger and stranger. After a few minutes of shock, my parents quickly regained their composure. My dad frowned and asked, "Are you sure you remembered correctly? When did Tommy die?" I scratched my head, feeling confused too. Could I have been mistaken? Otherwise, how could the dead come back to life? My parents ignored me, quietly staring out the train window. It was midnight now, pitch dark outside, with heavy fog all around. Going outside in such conditions was obviously reckless. But those people did it anyway. My dad's face suddenly changed as if recalling something. Damn it. Someone on this car has been bewitched by that thing. He looked grimly at the crowd flowing out of the car. If everyone leaves, the 3 of us will be easy targets. Mr. Lishaneo, why don't we go out with them? There is no time to think now. My dad was silent for a moment, then said, "All right, take out the clothes from the suitcase and change. We must cover our scent as best we can." Without hesitation, he pulled out an air freshener from my mom's bag and sprayed it on all 3 of us. After being on the train so long, many must have caught our scent. We changed our scent, hoping to fool the monster for a while. My dad said that and led my mom and me rushing out. At this time, almost everyone had left the car. People used flashlights and phone lights. The lights brightened the foggy night a bit, but the thick fog swallowed the light quickly. Tommy came out of the crowd. Luke Shiver Desho, Sarah, Winenta Manabwan. Let's go together. I'm scared. My dad hesitated, then nodded. You should change your clothes. Although Tommy didn't understand what my dad meant, he complied. Then my dad sprayed air freshener on him too. We followed the footsteps of the others, heading down toward the foot of the mountain. For safety, my dad gathered a few more people to go with us. After more than half an hour, the crowd slowly thinned out. Our group, including Tommy and a few others my dad found, totaled 10 people. Few carried flashlights, mostly small light devices. The light wasn't enough to brighten the path, so we carefully followed the narrow trail down the mountain. After an unknown amount of time, the wind suddenly rose in the mountains, carrying thick fog. Visibility, which was a few meters before, dropped to barely over a meter. My dad spoke up. "Everyone, walk a bit, then hug a tree. Don't get lost." Everyone agreed. My dad stopped, cleared his throat, and started counting. Ukun. Melewanierum, tuahinem, shrekiyuritinun. 3, 4 went sure, 5, idrum, 6, 7, iforin, forniuanum, shatter tordiuantiarum, 8, 9. Gatinin netsertenburum, 11, burn. I clearly felt my dad's body stiffen. There were only 10 of us. Who was the 11th Sifidosum when nearing? At that moment, panic broke out. People shouted, "Who is it? Come out, come out." Shushinate your ear. My parents held my hands tightly, sweaty and tense. "What are you doing? Why are you counting?" Suddenly, someone emerged from the dense fog. He coughed dryly. I took a wrong path and got separated from the group ahead. "Can I walk with you?" Though annoyed, no one said much, just warned him not to cause trouble. We started moving again. After a few minutes, a blood-curdling scream echoed from the mountains. My dad's face changed. The thing is starting to attack. Hearing this, my mom paled. Everyone stayed silent, lowering their heads and quickening their pace. Screams continued from the mountains. No one knew how many had fallen victim. Fortunately, the screams were still far from us. With so many people in the mountains, The monster couldn't find us quickly. About an hour later, the sounds faded, and visibility improved to a few meters. It was past 5 Maria way to figure wine or the human. At the foot of the mountain was a village, with chickens crowing and dogs barking. I washed my face to freshen up and move faster. At the village entrance, we knocked on the door of a lit house. A young man in his early 20s opened the door. He looked at us warily. "What are you doing here? Why are you knocking on my door?" I explained. In a non-barn. Heavy snow blocked the roads. The train couldn't continue. Our family had an urgent matter. Oh, so we came down the mountain. The young man saw my parents carrying luggage, hesitated for a moment, then led us into his yard. "It's so cold this winter. You guys seem to be in a hurry. What's the emergency?" "It's urgent. Brother, do you have a vehicle? Our family wants to go to the nearby county. My dad can't afford a car." "Don't worry. We're not giving it away for free." We're not lying. Really, no cars available. My dad pulled out some cash from his chest pocket. "Do you know whose car it is in this village?" The young man paused, pushed away my dad's hand holding the money. "The village chief has a tricycle. I can ask him for you." "Thank you so much. Little brother." The young man shook his head, said no thanks needed, locked the door to his home clinic, and was about to leave the yard. My dad hurriedly called out, "When you come back, remember to knock 4 times. Once, then twice quickly. Then once again." "What does that mean?" The young man frowned, did not ask my dad, cleared his throat. "Just worried someone might sneak in." He looked puzzled, said no more, nodded, and left. "Lee, aren't we going with them?" "Forget it. Forget it. I don't know if that thing followed. If it did, going with that young man might get him hurt." About half an hour later, we heard the roar of a vehicle outside the yard, as if it stopped at the gate. Footsteps and urgent knocking followed. My face changed. Who are you?" "Didn't you send Lee to find me?" "Say it now, or I'm leaving my firm," was sure to one. "Wait. Did Lee tell you how to knock? Is there a special way to knock? You're really cautious. Have you done something wrong?" The voice spoke again, followed by a loud pounding on the door, as if trying to break it down. "Open the door. Open the door. Hurry up and open." My dad stepped back nervously. My mom panicked. "Old Lee, could it be those things knocking outside?" My dad pulled my mom and me close. I glanced at my dad's face, white as paper. Soon the ambulance siren sounded. The knocking stopped. Within a minute, knocking started again. A middle-aged man's voice called, "Open the door. It's freezing out here." "Who are you?" "Who am I?" "I am the village chief. Didn't you send Lee to find me?" "To give you a ride to the county." Goosebumps ran down my dad's spine, his voice trembling. "Did I tell you how to knock?" The man thought for a moment, knocked once, then twice in quick succession, and once more, confirming the signal was correct. My dad finally opened the door. Outside stood a man in his 40s or 50s, with a tricycle parked nearby. "Village chief, when you came here, did you see anything strange? A remaining beer one in Emermeshidifun." I thought I was mistaken, but I saw a shadow inside the house. When we came down the mountain, we also saw a shadow we couldn't make out. Maybe a bear or something. Hearing this, the village chief quickly entered the house, locked the door tightly behind him. "Brother, why didn't you say earlier? Weren't you in a rush? How could you forget this? Who knows if it followed us down the mountain?" "Village chief, can you sell us your tricycle?" My mom glanced at my dad, seeming to understand his meaning. If the village chief drove us, maybe that thing would get involved too. "How much can you pay?" My dad pulled out some bills from his pocket. "This is all I have." "Is it enough?" "This won't buy my tricycle. I'll just drive you there myself, with no other choice." My parents let the village chief take us away on the tricycle. The vehicle hadn't gone far when it stopped. He turned back, looking at our family with a strange expression. "Have you thought about why you sent Lee to find me, but he didn't come back with me?" My parents froze. The village chief chuckled darkly. "Maybe I'm not really the village chief." Remember this: humans are dogs with 4 legs. Dogs are humans with 2 legs. There are no blackbirds in the dorm. Never chase after blackbirds. Do not make a sound. Something has entered the dormitory. At 10:50 p.m., all students received anonymous texts. Do not open the door for inspectors. Do not make any noise. At 11 p.m., the inspection officially started. Who the hell sent this? What is this crap? Roommates started cursing. But before they finished, more messages kept coming in the class group. One, inspectors will try every trick to get you to open the door, but do not open it. 2, the doors are sturdy, proven to be so at least before being opened. 3, do not open windows. Do not approach windows. Pull the curtains immediately. Do not turn on the lights. No matter what happens, do not turn on the lights. Do not open windows. Do not pull back curtains. 4, there are no blackbirds in the dorm. Never chase blackbirds. 5, students in bathrooms and toilets. Do not try to return to your room. Find the nearest empty stall immediately. Do not make any noise. Do not communicate with inspectors. 6, in the toilet stall, do not swing your arms up. Never swing your arms up. 7, if you accidentally contact or speak to inspectors, report immediately to dorm managers. If no response, certainty, isi in menu. Break the glass in the dorm manager's office immediately. No matter what happens, find the dorm manager. They will help you. 8, if students have not returned during inspection, do not search for them. Ensure personal safety. 9, do not leave the dorm with anyone except dorm managers. Note the inspection ends at 2 a.m. Good luck to you all. Who the hell is crazy enough to send this? Why is it anonymous? What does this even mean? How can there be inspection at night? The class group blew up. But surprisingly, soon after receiving the messages, the school group sent a notice tagging all students. After unanimous decision by school leaders, there will be a surprise inspection after lights out. Students should tidy their rooms. Non-compliant students will lose points. Inspection rules released. 1, pull back curtains, clean windowsills. Leave no dust. 2, clean balconies. No clutter allowed. No flower pots allowed. To prevent falling objects. 3, empty trash bins. 4, do not hang anything inside, including curtains. 5, prohibited appliances and pets discovered. Points deducted and warnings given. 6, open windows for ventilation. Inspection ends at midnight. Sorry for inconvenience. After inspection, school leaders will grade each room. Excellent rooms get green stickers. Non-compliant rooms get red stickers and recorded. Students must cooperate with inspectors. Offer help if needed. Finally, dorm managers are asked to meet at 11 p.m. on 3rd floor. School leaders will hold emergency meeting. Please inform each other. Inspection at 11 p.m. School leaders are insane. Roommates complained. Did you get the notice this morning? What notice? Soon a screenshot was posted in the group. Campus service notice. Mobile service notice. Recent heavy rain caused signal issues. Technicians rushing repairs. Gate notice. Road flooded due to rain. Potholes unfilled. Do not go out. School health office notice. Summer is here. Watch for heat stroke. Many heat stroke fainting cases recently. Be careful. Cafeteria notice. New dish added. Summer meal times changed. Breakfast now, 6 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Reading these, I felt a chill on my scalp. A bad feeling hit me hard. I looked at the time. 5 minutes before 11. I noticed a roommate just went to shower. Still not back. No one cared. At 11, lights out. The dorm door slammed open. Old door, loud noise echoed. Whole dorm heard. Strangely quiet night. No sounds on campus. Hallway lights off. Footsteps echoed. Sounds of high heels. Seems inspectors include a woman. First door on hall. Knocking hard. Loud like breaking door. Heard door open. Shouting and cursing inside. Then silence again. Dorm fell quiet. 2 minutes later, inspectors knocked next door. I tried to check group chat. No signal. I heard roommates breathing. Everyone knew inspection was not normal. While worried, roommate grabbed my wrist. Everyone looked at window. Iwan Surinam to mean. Knock, 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 knock. Something was hitting our window. We were on 3rd floor. Sound like birds tapping window. Open the door, help us. Open the door, they are here. Help me, I am the roommate who went to shower. Voices outside door pleading. Roommates hesitant. Everyone knew, follow rules to survive. No one opened door. Calls faded. Signal returned suddenly. Class group blew up with messages. I am showering. Why power out? Someone came in. There is a girl. Was she seen naked? Signal lost again. Below messages was strange recording. What is that? What is that? Help, I need dorm manager. Help, I need dorm manager. Next was garbled sounds. In the mess was a dark picture. Only red eyes visible in dark. Dorm group got a message. Small leader invites us to eat. I will not sleep here tonight. No one slept. Night full of terror. Next morning, hall busy with chatter, like nothing happened. I rushed to shower. Strange, no one there. Clean and neat. Empty to burn a farnsoin. Back in room. Roommate who showered. Sat eating at desk. I brought you breakfast. New dish from cafeteria. He smiled strangely while eating.